Hi, Capricorn. It's Angela. We're here to do your mid-month reading for September, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Anyone else that feels compelled to follow this guidance or listen to this video, the guidance is likely for you as well. What we normally do is pull an oracle card. We're going to pull a card from the deck, or we have pulled one, and that will give us sort of the theme and the guidance for this reading and how we want to sort of be intuitively guided to focus on whatever aspect of ourselves that card represents. And we pulled from this deck this time, the Earthcraft Oracle. And the card that I pulled for you, Capricorn, is Sacred Temple. This is literally, we're talking about your body. Your body is your sacred temple. So to be able to embody and fully experience your life from that aspect, and also to love your body, to love all the ways, that it's shifted, that it's changed over time, that has held you here on this earth for all this time. And there is a sacredness to that. We tend to try to compare, ask others, for help in maybe shifting the way our body is, with trainers and with nutrition. All valid, all very good processes, but internally, the love and care and attention that you give to your body is the very most important thing. It's a starting point to any transformation or acceptance that you might want to have along the way. Hold on one second. I have to plug in my laptop because, whoops, sorry, a little laptop break. I have to plug it in or we're gonna go disappear. All right, here we go. So yes, so and then I want to say too, energetically, so this is your physical body. This is talking about how you relate to your body, maybe some self-critical talk you use against your body and compare yourself to others. That's on the physical plane, but energetically and within you as well, the way that you honor this body that has taken every breath for you, kept you alive in all these moments, all these years on this planet, allowed you to rest when you needed to. The way that you fuel it and feed it with, whatever foods that you like to bring into your body, and the water and fluids and liquids, it keeps it going. And to be able to honor yourself in that way, it's important. It's an important practice. So let's see what the Zen cards say, and if we can find some guidance in them as it pertains to our sacred temple. Okay. Starting point here for you is totality. So yeah, this is being all in. This is being fully in the zone, fully connected to the way your body moves, the way your body breathes, the the strength that you carry, the agility. And this, we talk about these three acrobats. They're flying in the air with the greatest of ease, right? But what happens if one of them takes her mind off, the moment, and they all go falling down, right? It's being very clearly in the zone and very attuned to everything that's going on within. If you look at this figure, it's beautiful how she's just very peaceful within her own physical form, accepting and loving. Her heart is really highlighted there, and loving that her physicality has allowed her to be in this space and be in this life in the manner that it is. We forget, we live a lot in our minds. but this is really asking you to embody your life, to be grounded and see it from a more rooted physical plane. Okay. Internally, the energy that supports this being in the zone kind of vibe, being really attuned, is slowing down. So maybe for some of you, you're tired, or you're too much physical exertion, or maybe there's a physical condition that's going on that is frustrating for you. And this is an internal vibration. So there's nothing that tells us we cannot just take a slower pace, right? Be kind to the way our body responds to our life. Be have a full awareness, right? If you're going and going and going, maybe you have a very busy work schedule or home life and things are just going and going and you feel torn down, that's a sign for you to take care of yourself. This is not, we're not, we have one body that we get to move through this life with. And it's really kind of a nice reminder for us to tend to that, sometimes if we get too busy, we live a lot in our minds and we forget that our body's trying to keep up with all the activity that's going on in our mind. And I love that it's calling just to slow down. It's not it's not a bad thing to slow down and tend to yourself and be with yourself in your physical form, even if it's just maybe a weekly meditation, or in your daily workout, or your daily walks, or whatever your activity is, to really just be very focused and very tuned in to what's going on physically. I sit a lot. I work on my computer a lot. And so at the end of the day, I start to, I'll start to stretch and feel like trying to lengthen my limbs and move and get the creaks out. And it just feels wonderful. And then I think, why do I do this to myself all day? I like sit and crunch everything. And then the first instinct, when I'm done with my workday, is to just like expand it again. So being in tune with that can really help. And it helps you to achieve a balance as well, a mind, body, spirit alignment and balance. If we forget that part of it, the body part of it, then the other two end up, with stress and with no forward movement and no development. So it's all part of it. But that body part of it, we have to remember to be nice to our bodies. And also that inner self-critic that goes on, about our body, the way it curves or doesn't curve, or, we need to really honor every moment that our body allows us to be here experiencing this physical plane. Okay, so now we have this like shifting in a pace, right? A shift in focus and a shift in pace to allow ourselves to accommodate what our body needs. And in your external world, I got new vision. So look at that. Maybe there's something new that you can incorporate into your day. If it's a new supplement regime, or new meditation practice, or a physical, like an actual workout that you have been wanting to do, a new way of eating, new dietary plan, and maybe this is also just allowing yourself to see your body for sort of that sacred temple that it is, instead of, oh, it's, I have too many wrinkles, or, I have flab here, or, I don't have enough skin here, or not enough meat on my bones, or whatever your inner critic and the inner judgments are telling you. Maybe there's a way to shift that. Maybe there's a way to say, like we said, this body has held me in through every breath, through every, night of sleep, through every illness, I've held up, and, you know, honoring that and the way that you can physically remain here on this planet is it's a moment to take. It's a moment to honor and cherish, really. Okay, so let's move through this. I know there's going to be some that are like, oh, who cares about my body? It doesn't matter. All I care about is, you know, my next job or my next. But, you know, I think that if we're on this path of spirituality, and if we're on this, we're developing ourselves, you know, step by step, and elevating to new levels of awareness, we don't want to leave the body behind, right? It's part of this journey. And yeah, we're here to expand spiritually and maybe emotionally and mentally, but our physical being is what's housing, you know, it's what's making it all possible on this planet here as we're here. So let's move on. Let's see, what is this energy that's going to bring us to a new level of awareness? And it's projections. This is that inner critic, or the voices of other critics, you know, outside of you that you may hear when you think about, should I have that next cookie? Or I'm going to skip my workout today. Or, yeah, I didn't have enough water today, so, you know, I feel a little dehydrated. The judgments that come from the choices you make, either from others or from within yourself, are holding you in place. They're not allowing the progression that we are looking for here. Remember, this is elevating to a, you know, letting your higher self guide you through this. And that projections card came at a perfect place in this spread, because we do tend to look to others and sort of try to live up to what's expected of us. And even from that inner critic that lives within us, we battle with it all the time, right? So this is just an opportunity for you to be aware of when that comes up, and possibly to shift it, possibly to allow yourself to let it be as it is. Yeah, I had the extra cookie and it was delicious. And that's it, right? Instead of, oh, I'm gonna have to work out extra hard tomorrow. And that's so much pressure. I think that if we allowed our body, mind, spirit alignment to take hold and guide us through most of our lives, most of what we encounter on a day-to-day basis, if we allow that alignment to remain, and remember, the body's an important part of it, I believe that we would, first of all, have much easier paths, because it's our whole self moving through, right? And second of all, I think that some of that self-critical talk would be quieted if we were really fully aligned and honoring every aspect of ourselves. You know, if you're, you know, say, you know, when you were 20, your body looked like this, and then when you're 40, it looks like this, and then, but that's comparing, contrasting, that's you know, bringing up ideals and standards that a 20-year-old can live up to, but maybe not a 40 or 50-year-old. So what I'm saying is, with the alignment of mind, body, spirit on board along that whole journey, along that whole 20 years, you may be in a different place of, I fully accept all the choices I made. I'm happy with the way my body supports me. Yeah, it has a few extra pounds and maybe a couple extra curves. And, you know, the other aspects of me, my mind and my spirit, have also gone through a little bit. They also have a couple of extra, you know, extra weight on them, or maybe they've been like taken down a notch for a minute, because as you move through this life, you know, life happens and it comes at us. So I think, in short, what I'm trying to say is just honor where you are, where you've been, and work as much as you can to quiet that critical talk, if it's coming from within, or if it's coming from others. But a lot of times, especially if you're in this space with this channel, we know everything starts within. And the way we manage and we handle and respond to those expectations or that self-critical talk, that makes all the difference. And so we have an opportunity to try to quiet that a little bit so that we can elevate and move to a new perspective as far as it pertains to our sacred temple. And that new perspective begins with transformation. So this is the shift. This is the full shift that's taking place for you. Once you start to realize, I will embody all of my experiences, remember that how much it's connected. I can, daily, I can remember instances where if something comes about, like say I hear something that's really not good news, maybe it's something in the news that's happening, that's hurtful. I have physical responses, and if I'm not paying attention, they pass me by. But if I'm really fully embodying and being fully present in every moment, I can tell. I might get a little tense, in my shoulder, or I might have a little, shortness of breath. If I hear some really bad news, it might make me have to like really bring breath back into my body because it's sort of a stress reaction. So this is what I mean by the totality. It's feeling every shift and every nuance that goes on in your physical being and honoring it. And then if, say I hear bad news and I feel a little anxious and I'm not breathing well, slow down, take it in, be with it. And then the new vision card is allowing us to shift that and to say, maybe just the fact that you allowed yourself to slow down and be in the moment fully, maybe that's your new vision. Maybe that's not how you would have handled it before. I can remember times when I would want to skip over bad news and that's what's next, right? Instead of really fully capturing it, physically, spiritually, mentally. Okay. All right, let's get to the next card. So that transformation is your full, sort of your full acceptance, but also allowing your attitudes, because it came right above the projections, allowing your attitude about your physical being to shift, to grow, to elevate, and let your higher consciousness guide you through that. So you're not putting yourself down, inside your mind with everything that goes on. You're not telling yourself, oh, don't have that extra set of, that extra few crackers or whatever. I think if you find an alignment and find a way to slow down enough to be in this present moment, then the foods you choose, a lot of our choices in food are stress related, right? Like we go into this, like, oh, I need something crunchy if I'm stressed, or I need something sweet to soothe me and comfort me. And if we're really slowing it down and being in every moment and staying fully aligned and present, I think that shifts some of the choices we make as well, as far as the food we put into our body, as far as the movement we choose to do. So that transformation is real. It may come in little increments for you, but it does come after allowing this sort of self-chatter to quiet a little bit. Okay, internally, the card that goes with this transformation card, I got completion. So this is your inner knowing that you've been able to transform and make a shift in the attitude you carry towards your body and in the way that your inner being is aligned, body, mind, spirit. You get to a point where you realize, oh yeah, I was able to achieve that. It may not be like a complete transformation, but even the smallest little, coming from that new vision, the smallest little change that you want to make makes a difference. It makes a difference. And now your final card, and this is great, this final card. This is kind of reminding you you know, carry on, carry on. We got ordinariness. And this is that vibration of sort of, you know, the routine, day in, day out. As I practice honoring the sacred temple, you know, of my physical being, I may slip, I may forget it, I may not get enough rest one night, I may not drink enough water, I may forget that my body's carrying me, you know, through this life. Every single breath I take is keeping me here. And this is a reminder to just continue the path, continue the higher realizations that you're starting to capture. And as it relates to that full alignment of your physical, mental, and spiritual being, I think, you know, there's more ease that is welcomed into your life. And it starts with that real sort of totality, that totality vibration of being really tuned in to what's going on within you. I love this. Okay, that's it for now, but I will see you guys soon. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I love you guys. Thanks for being here.